Hey guys, it's Shayla with Singing a New Song. So if you're new here, I first want to say I'm so glad you stopped by. Of all the videos you could be watching, you're here watching my video, and I promise to provide value and make this a good experience for you. So you guys, just a little brief bit about me. I'm a blessed and loved wife and mama, currently home educating our 6 children in our eclectic Boho in a little town up north where the coffee is the best and the mountain air is the freshest. Singing a New Song is my lifestyle blog all about the inspo, from being inspired to being an inspiration. Topics I cover include faith, family, boho style, home education, a little homesteading, modern homemaking, recipes, reviews, and more. So be sure to check out my channel and subscribe if you like what you see. Today's video is one of my most fun topics to talk about, boho style. I am going to take you through a little kitchen tour and show you how I created our boho kitchen. If you're new here, you don't know this, but I have been a fan of the boho eclectic indie style since the 80s. Who doesn't love a freestyle, right? One of the reasons I love it is for comfort, but there are so many reasons really. I have covered a few of the reasons, as well as some history on the boho style on my blog. By the way, did you know that Bohemians originated from the Celts? I thought that was a super fun piece of history. Speaking of history, that's one of the things that drew me to a boho style. I love history, and I love how you can easily create a boho look that has historical ties. I want to say that the kitchen has been the hardest room for me to boho up. It also took the longest. The reason why is because we have a small kitchen and we're a big family. So that means I'm a kitchen minimalist. I have a 4-part series on minimizing and organizing the kitchen. I'll link to that below. But my kitchen doesn't provide enough wall space for anything extra, and I definitely didn't want to clutter it up with a bunch of unnecessary items. So that's why it took a while. I needed to find boho-ish items that actually served a purpose, and I did. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I don't know if this is truly a boho tip or not, but I'm adding it in anyways because one of the boho rules is adding things you truly value and love. And I love these. These are cutting boards that my husband has made over the years for me. He's a woodworker, a very gifted one. And I just love all of these wooden pieces that he's made me, and I use them constantly. So as I share the tips, I'm going to share some pieces of Bohemian history. According to the Spruce and other sources, it is French for Bohemian. It originally referred to the gypsies and peoples traveling from Bohemia, a region in the Czech Republic. According to Britannica, Bohemia was a historical country in Europe and was part of Czechoslovakia. Originally, the peoples of the region were Celts. I find this such a fun fact because my grandmother on my mom's side was Serbian and her parents came from the Czech region. Again, from the Spruce, the word Bohemian eventually expanded to include artists, writers, actors, and musicians, generally poor ones, who led a traveling lifestyle. All of these things are or have been me in times past, with the exception of actor. I don't play as much music as I used to because I'm busy teaching my children how to play instruments and raising all of them and making sure they learn their music, but I will play again more often someday. I don't travel as much either, not like I used to, but I'm currently traveling to faraway places through books and our home school. But someday my husband and I look forward to hitting the real roads again. So another tip is to add fabrics and textures. I've tried to do this through, of course, the towels, and I keep them in an open basket so they can be seen. Our water tank cover is one that I made with yarn. Here's a before and here's an after. I also like to add textures through baskets. Again, I don't know if this is truly boho, but it only makes sense to me that it would be. They add the texture, of course, but I also feel like they help create the whole traveler vibe. They're definitely immensely useful since we have a small kitchen, and having baskets helps to corral and contain and hide things. It also uses space going upward instead of outward. So here's another piece of boho history. So, of course, much later, in the 50s, the term made a comeback, and this is the area of boho I think we're all very familiar with. So my parents grew up in the 60s and 70s, and nobody that knew them would disagree. They were definitely very boho. One of my favorite pictures of my parents is one of them where they're both in bell bottoms. Moms wear tie-dye. Of course, another tip is to add plants. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? Did I even need to add that tip? Add some metals. I love this metal piece as a cork keeper. I like to save corks to make hot pads as gifts. I will make a tutorial on that at some point for you. So I like to add metal in any way I can. I've got cast iron pans. I've got these cups. I've also got this really neat pineapple that I found, and I like to use it as an essential oil keeper. My ring keeper is also metal. It is actually repurposed. It used to have a candle in it. It's copper, and of course I couldn't just toss it, so I use it as a ring keeper, and I store it inside my macrame hanger. Speaking of macrame, okay, we all know you can't have a hippie vibe done right without the macrame. So here's my ring keeper. I have it hanging in my window. That way my little kids can't reach it, and I don't have to worry about my nice rings getting lost. Make covers for your recipe books. Get some boho prints. I have a tutorial on how to do this. I'll link to it below for you. One of the things about a boho kitchen is sustainability. So sustainability and boho, they go hand in hand. You can't have one without correctly having the other. One of the things I read was that the sustainability movement has ties to Bohemian lifestyle because the boho people were poor and they didn't have much. And since they traveled, they couldn't have much. So of course, now, many are seeking sustainable lifestyles because of the desire to reduce carbon footprints, but being sustainable is definitely part of the whole boho movement. I remember the first time I became aware of the concept of living more sustainable. I was around 10 and I heard Pass It On Down by Alabama. Since my happy place had always been playing in the woods, the song made a lasting impression on me. Another tip is to hang lights. These definitely add that boho vibe that we all really, really love. But for me, they're actually kind of necessary. So research shows that harsh overhead lighting is disturbing for some people, and I am definitely one of them. These hanging lights, the string of lights, they completely changed my kitchen mood, and they helped me to want to be in the kitchen. Plus, of course, they help me see what I'm doing. You guys, thanks for watching, and hey, if you like this video, you're gonna love my other videos on how I created a boho look in our home. So be sure to look for those linked below. Also, look for my video, 6 starter plants for beginners and 3 hard ones. I think you'll enjoy that one too. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful, blessed day.